Hello students of 8th standard. We are doing chapter 5 natural disaster. In the previous video we had learnt about types of disasters and earthquake. In this video we are going to cover the remaining portion.
Let us learn about volcano. Volcano refers to an opening in the earth's crust from which molten lava, rock fragments and ashes, dust and gases are ejected from below the earth's surface. Let us go through the four main reasons for the occurrence of volcanic eruption. First reason, high temperature in the interior of the earth. When there is high temperature in the interior of the earth, it tries to come out. And this is how volcanic eruption occurs. Second, creation of magma. What is magma? Due to intense heat and pressure, the rock in the interior of the earth is found in liquid or semi-liquid form. That is magma. Third, creation of gases and vapor. When gases and vapor is created, that also tries to come out with the pressure and it creates volcanic eruption. Fourth, rise of magma towards Earth's surface. When the magma which is created beneath the earth, it rises towards the earth's surface, then we have volcanic eruption. This is the diagram of volcanic eruption which you have to draw in your notebook. Now let us understand this diagram. See, here, this magma which is collected here is pushed upwards by the gases lying under the magma, the water percolating through the cracks and opening of the weak rock surface turns into vapor. Due to the pressure of this vapor and magma rises upwards. The gases present in the magma erupts with a great pressure in the form of lava, gases, ash, rock pieces of different shapes and sizes. This is known as volcano. Now look at this. This is magma chamber. Because of gases and vapor, this magma rises upwards. This is the vent, main vent. See, from this vent the magma rises upwards and tries to come out. Wherever it finds space or where weaker crust is there, it tries to come out. So this is known as secondary vent. It comes out, it ejects with a great force and you can find ash cloud over there which contains gases, rock pieces, etc. And then we can see here the lava which is coming down. See, look at this. So when it is inside, it is known as magma. When it comes out and flows, that becomes lava. Now if the amount of gases and vapor is more and the vent on the earth's surface is narrow, then the eruption is dangerous. See, this vent has to be broad. If it is narrow, the gases and vapor burst out. It ejects with a great force. So it is necessary the vent should be broad. This is the crater which is known as the mouth of the volcano. From here everything comes out. Okay, if this vent is broad and long also, the lava comes out smoothly, slowly and spread over the nearby areas. So this is volcanic eruption.
Now let us do types of volcanoes. Okay, there are three types of volcanoes. First is active volcano. What is active volcano? Active volcanoes are those volcanoes which have erupted recently and in future they will erupt it again. Those are active volcanoes. Next is dormant volcanoes. Dormant volcanoes are those volcanoes which haven't erupted for a long period of time, but they will erupt in future. And the third is extinct volcano. Extinct volcanoes are those volcanoes which haven't erupted for at least 10,000 years and are not expected to erupt in future also. So they are extinct volcanoes. Now in India we have active volcano. You will find it in Andaman Nicobar Islands. Lastly it erupted in 2013. Okay, we have only one active volcano over there. So these are the three types of volcanoes. Now let us go through the benefits of volcanoes. We have learned that when volcano erupts, we have lava which is coming out and just spreading over the nearby land. So what are the benefits of volcanoes? Let us go through them. The first is fertility increases due to lava. As I told you earlier that when magma comes out and spread out in the nearby areas, these are all lava. Okay, now this lava when it spreads in the nearby area, that land becomes fertile because there are so many minerals which are coming out naturally. Okay, we don't have to make any effort, just they spread out in the nearby areas. So fertility of the land increases due to lava. Okay, next is Java and Sumatra. Now these two places are in the Indonesia. Okay, Indonesia is an archipelago and you will find these two islands over there. Those are made up of lava. So we can understand that the agricultural production in Java and Sumatra is very good. Excellent because of the lava. The land becomes fertile naturally with so many minerals in it. Okay, which are useful for the agriculture production. The third, potassium rich soil increases the crop production. So you will find abundant crop production where potassium is there. See, potassium also is coming out of the lava naturally. When it spreads in the nearby area, the crop production automatically increases. Potassium is such a mineral which is very good for the growth of the plants. Fourth one, hot water springs. They have germ killing element and that is good for removing skin diseases. In the treatment of skin diseases, these hot water springs are useful. Now how these hot water springs are generated, how they create, look here. This is magma and this is groundwater level. This magma warms the groundwater level. It heats up the groundwater level and this water rises up through the cracks of the crust of the earth. So from the cracks it comes out. Wherever there is soft space, where there is weak crust, it comes out and it creates hot water springs. Okay, so this is how hot water springs are created. In Gujarat, if we talk about Unai and Lasundra, these are the two famous places where you will find hot water springs, and there are so many people who are visiting every year to these places for their skin problem. Okay, others are also going, but there are people who visit these places for their skin diseases. Okay, next we get n number of minerals from the volcanoes. Some of them are mentioned in the textbook. Okay, first is mercury. We get mercury from the volcanic eruption. Where is mercury used? Mercury is used in making thermometer, barometer. Next is tungsten. Where is tungsten used? Tungsten is used in making filament of the light bulb. Next, tin plating. Tin plating is used in many industries for the plating. Next, zinc. Zinc is used for the treatment as well as prevention of the zinc deficiency. Okay. And next is aluminium. Aluminium, we know it is used in making kitchen utensils, window frames and also parts of aeroplane. Okay, so these are the minerals which are mentioned in our textbook and we get it in plenty of amount when volcano erupts. Okay, next is lava that cools down in the extinct volcano. What is extinct volcano? We have understood. Extinct volcanoes are those volcanoes which have erupted before 10,000 years and are not expected to occur again or erupt again in the future. Those are extinct volcanoes. So the lava which is there in the extinct volcano, that dries up. Okay, and over a period of time that becomes into diamond. So the process of turning into diamond because of carbon pressure that happens in the extinct volcano. So now we know from where we get many diamonds. Okay, and the last is small rocks which are known as lapilli. These small rocks, they are thrown out, they are ejected from the volcanic eruption during that time, and those small rocks which are lapilli, they are molded very easily. Okay, so in the construction business that is used, many a times people use it for the decoration in the hotels also. Okay, so this is how we are getting so many things from the volcanic eruption naturally. Okay, now let us learn about tsunami. Tsunami, it's a Japanese word where su means lake, harbor, and nami means waves. So the waves which hit the harbor is known as tsunami. Here in the name tsunami, T is silent. So we start with tsunami. Okay, and harbor is a place, it is a coast where ships are tied up. Okay, now let us learn more about tsunami. Tsunami, it occurs due to the volcanic eruption or due to earthquake on the sea floor. What is sea floor? The bottom of the sea. Now what happens here? In the ocean, when volcano erupts, this water gets a force and this water moves towards the coast and it tries to come out. Okay, so this is because of volcanic eruption or maybe due to earthquake, where water gets a push or a force and it starts moving. The waves of the tsunami are very high and they are unimaginable. You cannot imagine the length of it. They are very high. And what is the length of the tsunami? It is approximately, it ranges from 700 to 1600 kilometers. We cannot imagine this unimaginable length. Okay, and they travel, the waves travel with a great speed and a force. So within less time they cover a lot of distance and they try to move towards the shore. When the waves reaches to the coast, they cause destruction. Okay, everything gets destroyed because of that. People hardly get time to move and make themselves safe. Okay, so that is about tsunami. Now, Japan witnessed tsunami on 11th of March 2011. It was a disastrous day when this happened to the Japanese people, and it is estimated that around 20,000 people died or they were missing during that time, and it was around 5 lakh people who had to be evacuated from that place. The strong and whirlwind winds. What a whirlwind? Whirl means to move around. Okay, like a cyclone. So the winds which are moving round and round, they become very strong and they create strong waves in the ocean. These strong waves, they start moving from the oceanic area and they move towards the coast. After the storm gets over, the waves travel long distance. They keep on moving though the storm has stopped. They keep on moving and they move towards the coast and they destroy the coastal area, and that is the reason we call it as destructive waves also. Tsunami waves are also known as destructive waves because they definitely destruct everything what comes into their waves. Now see, this is the waves, water waves, okay, oceanic waves. This is the wavelength. You can see the distance. After one wave comes, the another comes within no period of time. So this is how it destroys everything, and they come with a lot of force. Now what happens in tsunami? Why it is created? Tsunami is created many a times because of rock fall in the ocean or ice fall or even underwater slide. If there is any slide, mountain slide or hill slide in the water, then also it creates the tsunami. What happens? The displacement of water. The water gets displaced from its area, and because of that force it comes to the shore, and this is how it creates tsunami. Now let us learn about flood. What is flood? Flood means flow of excess water in the river is called flood. See, when there is excess water in the river, it tries to come out of its boundary and tries to spread in the nearby areas. And there we call that we are experiencing flood. So when the water of the river come out of its area, it is called flood, and it is excess water. Okay, now which are the reasons for the flood? See, there are many reasons for the flood. One is snow melt also, and one more is low pressure system. Okay, whenever there is storm, then also we many a times face flood in the city. Okay, now the very first reason mentioned in our textbook is heavy rains in the upper course of water. Now here upper course of water means what? Take for an example of Narmada river, which starts from Madhya Pradesh and passes on to Gujarat. Okay, now many a times what happens? There is a heavy rainfall in Madhya Pradesh. So that water, okay, that moves on to the river Narmada, and that comes into the boundary of Gujarat. Okay, and the areas which are near Narmada, they face flood. So actually it is in the upper course of river where the heavy rainfall has been faced, but the low-lying areas definitely flood because of that. Okay, now take for an example. This is dam. Okay, now here the water is stored. When a lot of water, excess water is there, what happens? It has to be passed from the gate and that spreads to the nearby area. So here whichever the villages are there, they will face the flood problem. Next one, if dam on the river breaks, flood in the low-lying areas are faced. See, dam is something which is, conserving water. It has a lot of capacity to store water. If that only breaks, what will happen? The water will all of a sudden rush to the low-lying areas. Okay, and there the low-lying areas will definitely face the problem of flood. So because of dam also flood are observed. How do we come to know about all these things? Okay, we have National Disaster Management Authority which is taking care of all these things. So if there is going to be a heavy rainfall, then National Disaster Management Authority informs the people through media that in such areas there will be a heavy rainfall, or there will be a cyclone or storm which will be faced during that period of time. So people becomes aware, they give time to shift from that place also. Okay, so people take their belongings and move from that area. In the textbook we have two pictures of flood which they have shown us on page number 26. You can see here. You can see the village is facing the problem of flood and people are taking their belongings and moving around. They are just moving from there. People are climbed on the terraces to save their life. And this is the famous picture of the flood which was in Kedarnath, Uttarakhand. Okay, this is of Rishikesh in 2013. And later on this is river Ganga. So later on this idol of Lord Shiva submerged in the water. So it was so terrific during 2013. So like this, flood creates a lot of disruptive problems for the people. Even crops also get damaged. There is destruction of the infrastructure also. Rails get affected, roads get affected, bridges, buildings also gets affected because of this. And this also causes a very huge destruction for the national economy. Okay, so that is about flood. Here in the textbook they have given us about a table. Ganga and Yamuna, which belongs to North India river, there was a flood in 1978. Machu, which is a river of Morbi, in 1979 there was a flood. Tapi belongs to Surat, 2006, and Kosi river, which is of Bihar, that was 2008. Kosi is a river which almost every year it is facing the problem of flood. Okay, last year, that is 2019, Vadodara also suffered flood where it received 20 inches of rainfall in one single day. Okay, so like this many a times people are facing the problem of flood. Now next is famine. What is famine? Scanty or no rainfall for 2 to 3 years successively. When there is no rainfall or very less rainfall, scanty means very less. For 2 to 3 years, what happens? It creates situation of famine. In famine, what happens? The scanty rainfall is there, and due to which the groundwater gets evaporated. So that becomes very less, and due to this many problems are created. Agriculture is not possible. Because agriculture is not possible, farming is not possible. The animals, the cattle do not get their food to eat. Okay, crops are not there, fodder is not there. So you can see death of many cattle during that time. And during the extreme case of famines, people try to migrate from one place to another place. Okay, so this is about famine. Next is cyclone. Air which blows at a great speed is known as cyclone. And the speed can be up to from 89 to 118 kilometers per hour, which is also unimaginable. Okay, you cannot imagine the speed, so that is known as cyclone. Generally, coastal areas, that is eastern coast of India. See, this is a map of India. This is eastern coast and this is western coast. Both the coasts are facing cyclone problems, but generally, especially eastern coast faces problem many a times. Okay, and the adjacent area also gets affected because of cyclone. Adjacent means nearby areas. So wherever cyclone is, nearby areas also face the problem of cyclone. And it is for limited area and it is for limited period, but it destroys everything which comes on its way. So we had Amphan in West Bengal, and this is how cyclone affects the life of human beings and other beings on the earth. Now let us start with forest fire. What is forest fire? When there is a friction between two branches of trees and other factors, they cause forest fire. Okay, when there is friction between two dry branches of trees, that creates a friction, and due to which forest fire occurs. And there are many other reasons also. What do you mean by other reasons? See, other reasons like there is lighting in the sky. Okay, when lightning hits the dry branches of the tree, that also creates forest fire. Many a times people just throw away the burnt cigarettes and BDs and other things. Due to that, because of that negligence also forest fire occurs. Okay, so these are the reasons of the forest fire. And due to forest fire, there is a great loss of forest resources. We know we get so many things from forest. Okay, rubber, we get sandalwood, and there are so many medicinal plants. Okay, through which we get so many medicines, Ayurvedic medicines. They also get depleted because of this. So when there is a forest fire, it creates a lot of destruction in the nearby areas also. Okay, you can see in the picture the dry leaves. Because of this, it is spreading very fast. And then you can see how dangerous it can be. People just have to move away from these places. And this forest is a habitat to so many birds, animals and insects also, creatures also. Okay, so they also get burnt in this type of forest fire. Okay, next is landslide. The sliding of large mass of rock materials, soils, etc. down the side of the mountain or a cliff is known as landslide. Now see, this is a mountain and nearby roads are passing. You can see these near the hill stations and other places. Now what happens? Because of this landslide, the part of the mountain gets onto the road and this gets obstructed. Okay. Now the main reasons of the landslide is, first is excessive rainfall. Because of excessive rainfall, what happens? The soil gets very porous, it becomes very soft, and that just comes down the lower lying areas, and because of that this area gets blocked. And the second reason is earthquake also. When the earthquake occurs, the mountains and the hills starts shifting from that place. Okay, and the parts of it comes down, so that also creates landslide. Now the Konkan area, in Konkan if you see, there is a transportation facility. Now this Konkan railway always gets obstructed because of the landslide. Or Konkan area is this line is Konkan area. Okay, where Sahyadri hills are there in the Maharashtra area. Okay, so these gets obstructed because of the landslide. So students, we have completed our 5th chapter, natural disasters. On page number 29 you have questions. Go through the chapter carefully and find out the answers and learn it thoroughly.